All right, so here we're given a list of some data values and we're asked to compute the sample standard deviation. So I think it's always good to begin these problems with having in mind whether or not you're sample or population. And the problem, I think for the most part, is always going to tell you. So just to be extra clear, in the statement of the problem itself, it says sample standard deviation, right? So that lets you know that when it comes down to the time where you have to figure out, am I dividing by n or am I dividing by n minus 1, we know we're dividing by n minus 1 because that's what you do when you're computing a sample standard deviation. If this had said compute the population standard deviation, we would then be dividing by n. All right, so now that we know what we're doing, presumably, what we need to do is we need to put this data into Excel. So I'm just going to take my data values 24, 29, 18, 23, 26, and 21. Hopefully I have all those. And you'll notice that when I do that, it computes the deviation for us. So this is actually x minus mu. In some problems, they'll want you to write this out. So this is going to be x minus mu here. And then this is going to be x minus mu squared. The other thing that happens in Excel for us is that it automatically computes the mean. So we know that the mean here is 23.5. It computes the frequency. It counts up how many data values we have. That's 6. So that's where that number comes from. And then it computes the sum of these deviations squared, the x minus mu squared, and that's giving us 73.5. So now, literally, all we have to do is just tell it, like, what number are we dividing by? And our options are 6 or 5. So since we have a sample standard deviation, we want to divide by 1 less than the total frequency. We want to divide by n minus 1. So if I put in a 5 here and hit enter, voila, it's computed the standard deviation. So now I see that the standard deviation is 3.834 ...